Welcome back, everybody, back with it. Today we're going to be talking about young SENYA. Is she really worth summoning still in the year 2025? Basically, almost the year 2026. So, young SENYA next month will be 1 year old at that time. But let's dive right into this character and her artifact. So, young SENYA herself, in my opinion, is still very, very strong to this day. Now, we do know ARAM exists, right, versus Harseti, right? Young SENYA's whole gimmick at her time of her release was to fight Harseti. Harseti currently at the time right now is not LP or impressive as she used to be. But she is still banned most of the time when it comes to RTA purposes. Because let's be honest here, who really wants to fight a Harseti and deal with the random speed RNG? Now, there are Harseti players, keep that in mind. There are some Harseti players, actually quite a bit still. But most of the time, Harseti is banned because she is always going to take the first turn, unless you have the likes of Zio, right? So, just keep that in mind, that young SENYA is always going to be viable, because I think Harseti is always going to be viable if she ever gets through the draft phase, in terms of, not really being banned at the start. So, I swear I like young SENYA. Now, let's dive right into this character. Now, her artifact, in my opinion, is one of the better artifacts in the game. One of the few artifacts I do recommend wasting your bottles on, still to this day. Now, this artifact is very good when it comes to cleave purposes, and it's also very good when it comes to turn 2 players, right? Young SENYA, obviously, it's going to be her best in slot. Ruel can use this as well, she really wants more HP. A mid could use this if you want more CR push for the ally in the front. There is just so many characters that make good use of this proof of friendship, and it doesn't even need to be young SENYA herself. I even use this on Frida for the good Ozio Bright Witch BBK cleave back in the day. Now, the BBK Bright Witch cleave comp doesn't really work no more, so therefore I won't even use this artifact that much. It is mostly on my young SENYA. Now, regardless of that, it is still such an insane artifact. This artifact increases caster's health and the ally in the front by 10%. And then at the end of the turn, when it is plus 30, you're going to get a 100% chance to increase combat readiness of the foremost ally by 15%. You can do a lot of stuff with this. You really can. And again, I think this artifact is so insane, I still recommend, you know what? With her coming back around again, I highly recommend to pick up a second one. It doesn't need to be maxed out. Now, if you have one of them maxed out, I think that's perfect. But obviously, if you want to go ahead and knock yourself out to max another one, up to you. But be careful because Sigrid is right there. They are releasing together at the exact same time. So, ideally, Sigrid's more of an importance of trying to summon her stuff and her artifact first. Because young SENYA, now that she is going to be getting a rerun, an official rerun now, there is no need to worry. Because if we ever get a triple limited banner that you can pick who you want, young SENYA is going to be in there. So just keep that in mind. So I do recommend picking up a second artifact just with your dust. Don't really max it out in my opinion. But yeah, overall, insane artifact. In terms of imprints, best and only way to really increase young SENYA's imprints is with duplicates of herself. If you want to do it, knock yourself out, I think her imprint is very, very good. You are always going to run the imprint release. Her self imprint has ER. Don't really care for that, honestly. If it was HP, I would love to see that. ER, on the other hand, I don't really care that much, right? But ideally, the HP is very, very nice. You could go ahead and slate her if you want. I always recommend at least burning one slate on a unit like this, or more if you really want to. I do say 1% because with that one slate, that's the most bang for your buck. You're going to get 4.3%, which is going to be the biggest increase you're always going to get when it does come to just characters in general, right? So, now let's talk about the actual character. Now, funny enough, this character stonks did go up thanks to the like of our recent collaboration character, Freerin. If you don't know, Freerin has a passive that does give units 40% resource increase, which means our good old girl, young SENYA, does not need a earth unit to run alongside her to get her passive to proc. So let's go over here and look at her real quick again. So again, she starts out with 40. You max it out. She's gonna have, what is it after being attacked in 25%, what is it, 50? I think she gets 50%, right? 3, 5, 7. Okay, yeah, she gains 50 fighting spirit. And when the ally, except for the caster, right, is an earth element, she gains 40 additional fighting spirit before granting special friendship. So just keep that in mind. This character does not need to run an earth element in the front any longer, thanks to the likes of Freeran, which is very, very good. So her stocks did go up surprisingly, right? Now let's talk about her S2. Now, funny enough, I mentioned Freeran because young SENYA could actually be used to counter Freeran in the likes of GVG. Now, if you are a GVG freak, I highly recommend to pick up young SENYA. So, when she gets 100% fighting spirit, she attacks all enemies and grants an extra turn. A successful attack inflicts additional damage equivalent to 15% of max health of the caster and the 4-month ally, except for the caster. Absolutely insane. So all this unit really wants is a lot of HP, her passive procs, and she can go ahead and one-shot a Freeran. Literally, it is kind of insane. So another idea to pick her up if you do care for GVG or you do plan to try to get competitive inside of Guild War content. Now in terms of RTA purposes, I'm going to keep it real with you. I did not touch the last RTA season, so I don't know how good she really is. She used to be good the season before this, still as a niche pick in the 3rd slot. I am not too sure how this recent season was. But with the likes of Rand coming out and them, maybe she's going to come back even better than before. Again, I have not touched this RTA season. The last one, I mean, right? I didn't touch the last one. But the one before that, yes, she was picked quite a bit still. So, S3 has Dispel All Debuffs, a Continuous Healing, which honestly, in my opinion, is very rare to this day. And I think it's a very strong buff, in my opinion. And gives them for 2 turns and increases combat radius by 20%. Overall, let's be honest, this character has a push-up attack S2, right? She takes an extra turn. That's what I mean by that. She has a push, continuous healing, and dispel all debuffs. Very insane S3. Now her S1 is going to trigger a dual attack from a random ally and increases the combat radius of the caster by 15%. And if you soul burn for 10 souls, you're going to push it up everybody. Overall, I think this character is still insane to this day. Just like Afternoon Soul Clan, I think this character is still going to be a must-have for anybody. And wow, congratulations to that guy. He got a bottle of knowledge from Heart of Orbis. So, overall, I think she's a must-summon. I would highly recommend picking up. If you are a newer player, prepare your bookmarks because young SENYA and Sigrid are coming out at the exact same time. So I just want to make a whole video dedicated to young SENYA and basically just yapping about her. Overall, I think she's good. Go ahead and summon for her. I would stop, though, once you do get young SENYA and just buy her artifact, and I would just bottle this. Personally, if you want to go down the route trying to save your bookmarks, because again, Sigrid, young SENYA, that's 2 limited banners, that's about 1,200 bookmarks. Worst case scenario, if you have to pity both of them. And let's be honest, that is a lot of bookmarks. But other than that, though, that's pretty much going to be it for young SENYA. If you have any other questions, let me know down below, and I'll gladly try to help you out. Just bear with me because I've been a little bit busy, but my time should be freeing up now. We're going to be back on the grind. I've been a little bit busy, been MIA, but thank you guys for our support. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out.